No! Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. No, 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 no. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on the lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. Someone could have shot her from land. That's a possibility. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. Sorry. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. Couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. Admit it's hard to imagine any other possibility. This assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean? People know. Victim and the murderer went out on the boat. Murderer killed victim, and then murderer went with Edgeworth into the boat and tried to kill him? Or suicided? Quote unquote suicided, I guess, because he's probably still alive? That'd be damn cold because it's the middle of goddamn December. We had photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. Timestamp on the photo was 00:15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. It's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? The murderer and Edgeworth! Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. But what? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Not sure what to make of all of this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright? Tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. That's what I've been thinking. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There wasn't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out into the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not in a boat? Then where did the murder take place? I'm gonna say the boat shop, just because that's where the guy is and that's where the boats are. And there are like bushes and stuff that he could have like hid the body in. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the scene of the crime was the boat? What? Cream. Scene. Crime. Houseboat. Done. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Just then, as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would it be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Didn't even, consider that part. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But if I start at the beginning and take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. Caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out to the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details! Details! Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Well, camera fired twice, and it got Lotta's attention the first time she didn't actually see, but she saw the second time. Let's go with this. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? Murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first shot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and fires again. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind. I see. Someone looking from the edge of the lake. It appeared that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. That is so odd, seeing him there. Mr. Edgeworth, you've heard what the defense has said. I think that Edgeworth probably has the most amount of sprites in the game. Or maybe Phoenix. Maybe Maya. One of those three. Definitely one of those three. Why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. Well, what? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him now, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Sifted through? I knew what to do immediately. Pah. Still, he did save us. Just wish our other cases weren't so down to the wire. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're gonna probably get off the hook. You could try and smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean, right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's too little time left. I want to tell you, I want to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. What? Okay. Sure. Just leave it like that. We'll see you guys next time for more Phoenix Wright Attorney, where we will figure out what the hell Edgeworth means by that.